You know, the world champs, hell of a team, and I'm just excited about it.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Today's game features the Chicago Bulls and your New York Knicks. Here are today's starting lineups. First for the Bulls. At guard, at 6'2" from Iowa, number 10, B.J. Armstrong. At guard, at 6'6" from North Carolina, number 23, Michael Jordan. At forward, at 6'7" from Central Arkansas, number 33, Scottie Pippen. At forward, at 6'10" from Clemson, number 54, Horace Grant. At center, at 7'1" from San Francisco, number 24, Bill Cartwright. The trainer is Chip Schaefer, assistant coaches John Bach, Jim Clemens, and Tex Winter, and the head coach of the Bulls, Phil Jackson. And now, please welcome the Atlantic Division champions, your New York Knicks. At guard, at 6'1" from Oklahoma State, number 3, John Starks. At guard, at 6'4" from Marquette, number 25, Doc Rivers. At forward, at 6'10" from Pittsburgh, number 54, Charles Smith. At forward, at 6'9" from Virginia Union, number 34, co-captain Charles Oakley. And at center, at 7 feet from Georgetown, number 33, co-captain Patrick Ewing. The head trainer is Mike Saunders, the assistant trainer Tim Walsh, assistant coaches are Dick Carter and Jeff Van Gundy, and the head coach of the Knicks, Pat Riley.
And Grant. Ewing with the rebound. Patrick Ewing, who had another 20-plus rebound game in Philly on Friday, 26 points, 24 rebounds. That's a holding foul.
Down the stretch of games, he put him in for 8 straight minutes. A steal by Scottie Pippen will lead to the slam dunk, and 2 more for Chicago. In 4 games with the Atlanta Hawks, 2-2, and one of those wins came on a 3-pointer by Pippen with 10 seconds remaining to pull that game out. They could have been down 3-1 to Atlanta.
Horace Grant giving the Bulls a 4-3 lead. Starks guarded by Armstrong. Starks. Oh, nice move. John Starks with a burst along the baseline, and the Knicks with a 5-4 lead.
You can believe that there is a little bit of experimenting going on from both coaches this afternoon as to what they can find out about the other team's offense and the other team's defense as they look to run their stuff.
Jordan gets it back. Armstrong. Pippen able to recover. Goes down for a second time on that sequence. Phil Jackson complaining that the Bulls now get a new 24. Cartwright got position. Rejected by Ewing. Ewing with 5 blocks on contact and shot a bit harder. Oakley with the steal. Oakley on the drive. The Knicks have 11 on the shot clock. Starks working off the screen. Yes. Well, John Starks had the hot hand against the Nets here on Wednesday, picking up the offense because Patrick Ewing hurt his elbow, then did not shoot well Friday against Philly, but he has come out blazing. Good defensive sequence by the Knicks. Beautiful pass from Jordan. Jordan double-teamed, but was able to locate Grant, and he got him the ball. The Knicks now lead 9-8. Unusual to see the Knicks doubling up on Jordan. Pat Riley's philosophy has always been straight up.
We talked about experimenting today. Perhaps Pat Riley looking to see what happens when they do go after Jordan and double team him. Foul it away in the middle.
Charles Oakley converting the putback. The Knicks 11 and the Bulls 8. Oakley had an unusual game the other night in Philly. 1 for 8 from the field, but still so valuable with 17 rebounds. Pippen can't find the shot. That's Jordan. That's the most that he has seen. And Michael hitting on his first field goal.
I happened to have the Detroit game on Thursday night against Chicago, and in that first half, Scottie Pippen had 19. I talked to Michael Jordan after the game, and he mentioned he just noticed as John Starks with a little up fake loses B.J. Armstrong for the jumper. He noticed, and they knew the team that they had to get Scottie off, get him involved. He said, I just laid back the first half. The ball should have gone to Scottie. He had 19 in that half. Then in the second half, Michael comes up with 26.
Jordan now 1 out of 5 here. Armstrong had it knocked away by Oakley. A host of deflections by the Knicks here in the first quarter. Ewing had it knocked away. Rivers on the recovery. The Bulls do get back. Starks back for Rivers. Finds the open man. Charles Smith.
Just by raising your eyes up to the front of the rim, you get defensive players to come to you. Then Doc Rivers found the transition man under the basket.
Armstrong. And Jordan strips Starks. Michael Jordan with a terrific defensive play and takes advantage.
Well, number 1 in the NBA in steals, Michael Jordan.
As he said, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Michael Thompson, Byron Scott was out because of a sprained ankle. Oakley with the rebound. What a play by Charles Oakley. And the Knicks now lead by backing Starks. Rebounded by Ewing. Rivers for Smith, who beats the Bulls down court. Charles Smith runs the floor so well.
Not too many people outrun Scottie Pippen in transition. At that time, it started out as a foot race, pretty even, but Doc Rivers, with angles and his ability to look up the floor, put it right on the money.
Knicks 19, Bulls 14. 3.5 left in this first quarter. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, and a storm from Madison Square Garden. The usual 19,000 plus on hand. B.J. Armstrong getting the roll. For B.J., his first field goal. The Knicks lead by 3. The Knicks at 36-4 here at home. 19 straight wins at the Garden. 22 of the last 23. Pretty fast. Ewing for Oakley. And Charles Oakley, Knicks on the Chicago roster.
2 minutes.
Jordan changed his mind. He thought he had Grant. Starks behind the back for Ewing. What a play.
And Michael Jordan was trying to get his steps down to go up for the block on John Starks. Starks surprised him with the flip behind the back.
Knicks 23. The Bulls 19. Patrick Ewing. Yes.
Well, I mean, that wasn't the fadeaway. That wasn't the hook. That was drop step, go around your man, and then put your hand in the bottom of the rim.
And Purdue able to hit again off glass.
Was he calling for it down low? Give it right back to me, he said.
Knicks by 2.
A moment ago, the movement by Patrick Ewing. Normally, it's Bill Cartwright's big body on him, but that time no one came to double team, so Patrick said, let me just put it right in the front of the rim. He loves it.
The loss to Charlotte on Friday night that he might, as Mason is able to get inside of the Knicks now lead 27-25. That no such word in his vocabulary. It's a rejection by Smith. No such word as rest.
He fears that players, when they hear that back off, they don't go all out, and that's when you get hurt. So he doesn't want that taking place, so he goes in and says, hey, we're here to win today.
Greg Anthony with his first field goal. The Knicks lead by 4. Chicago that goes to pressure. Here's Blackman. So Rolando Blackman does it off the dribble. Knicks, Chicago with the ball. They lead by 1. Paxson. Unusual shot for Paxson. Slammed home by Scott Williams. Well, this unit on the floor for Phil Jackson has done a nice job, and they've done it without Jordan and Pippen.
Guys trying to establish themselves, getting ready for the playoffs. Tucker wants playing time. Paxson's trying to get back in his game. Williams knows they need him to replace Cartwright, and McRae's been trying all season just to get something going.
Rick Anthony. Jordan 2 of 8. Scottie Pippen 1 of 6. As Pippen was not able to hit from down low.
Pippen knew that Ewing was trying to recover. He tried to get it up a little bit too quickly.
Charles Smith. And what's going on here?
Well, they're on sale all over now. Jack
NBA. Nice fake by Pippen. Rebound Jordan. Michael Jordan hits. And he thought he was fouled. He's holding his right wrist. And Phil Jackson upset.
It's the same right wrist that he hurt in the Detroit game a couple weeks back when Dennis Rodman, chasing him down, trying to stop a layup attempt, landed on top of him and sent Michael into the floor.
Starks hits the three. He has 10 points, and the game is tied at 43. Armstrong. Air ball. Handled by Starks. Final seconds. Rivers. Doc Rivers has been the long-range threat at the end of quarters. Will it count? No, it won't. Doc Rivers has hit a number of flings at the end of fourth from the line, and John Starks hitting 4 out of 8, including 1 from downtown. And Starks gets it going in the third quarter to give the Knicks a 45-43 lead. Chicago back to a front line of Bill Cartwright, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen. Bulls turn it over, and Michael Jordan and B.J. Armstrong in the backcourt, while the Knicks with Doc Rivers and John Starks at the guards. Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, and Charles Smith are up front. Here's Smith around Pippen. Knicks extend to a 4-point lead. Opening minute, third quarter. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Bob Rashad, Hannah Storm. Capacity crowd, better than 19,000 here at the Garden. It is a record 40th sellout for the Knicks. Team record 40. Here's Jordan. And he is way off. Michael now 3 for 11. Good play by Jordan. Armstrong with Jordan. Ewing back. And Michael Jordan cuts it to a 2-point Knick lead.
Michael Jordan has to have felt the effects of this stretch run by the Chicago team, where he has been called on to carry the burden for so much of the time. In the Charlotte game, where they wind up losing by 1, it was Michael Jordan who down the stretch made every big basket for them, and it just has to catch up with him.
Nice move by Starks. Saw the opening, took advantage. Knicks lead 49-45. Chicago Bulls will open up their playoff series Friday night at home as Jordan gets the roll, and now he and Starks beginning to talk it up. It'll be the Bulls and the Atlanta Hawks in the first round. Rivers for 3. Doc Rivers from downtown. And the Knicks now lead 52-47. While the Knicks will open up their first round playoff series against the Indiana Pacers here at the Garden on Friday night. Armstrong giving it back. And B.J. now double team. Ewing out to help. Bulls look for the mismatch, and Starks with the interception.
Well, that time
Knicks able to get back. Jordan. Rebound, Grant. Had it knocked away. Jordan recaptures. Jordan hits. Michael Jordan with 8 of his 14 here in the early moments of the third quarter from the field. Rivers, yes. So Doc Rivers has hit a couple of shots here in the third. Knicks now lead 55-53. Advantage has paid off. Here's Starks. John Starks hitting the scoop, and the Knicks lead by 2. It has been a very difficult season physically for Doc Rivers, hit with a number of injuries and ailments. Knicks lead by 4. Here's Jordan, played very well by Starks, forcing the air ball.
Well, Starks will fight you. Doesn't matter who it is. He'll stick his nose there. He'll work at the defensive end of the floor just as hard as he works at the offensive end.
Chicago has missed its last 5 shots. Just under 4 minutes to go in the third. Ewing. The Knicks by 6. And they receive a standing ovation. Phil Jackson wants to talk it over.
He gives what he can.
Knicks lead by 6. 3:25 remaining. Third quarter. A Chicago turnover. Starks and Blackman now in the backcourt. Mason, Ewing, Oakley up front. Oakley. Yes. Charles Oakley has been showing some consistency with the outside touch in the latter portion of the season. 8-0 run by the Knicks. And they lead by 8. Scottie Pippen. Horace Grant. Anthony Mason with the rebound, and the Bulls now having trouble finding good shots.
And Riley on the sideline is coaching just as hard as if it's any other game. He's trying to deliver this message that they can shut down the Bulls' offense.
Patrick Ewing with a gorgeous turnaround. The Knicks have opened up a 10-point lead. Jordan one-on-one. Starks playing him so well. That time it counts in the foul. The bump by Starks, who has made it very difficult for Michael Jordan to find. Blackman over to help. Armstrong, yes. Michael Jordan once again with the good decision, giving it up. Sets up Scott Williams. Yes. So the Bulls within 2. After trailing moments ago by as many as 10. Oh, havoc created off the press. Crowd wanted a foul. Well, they get a foul, but it's Anthony with a hard foul on Armstrong. The Bulls want a flagrant. And let's see how the officials handle this with 1 2/10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Bulls looking for a flagrant, and they get the call.
If you take him, looked up at the 24-second clock and then threw the pass to his teammate on that call.
In particular, looking 59 through 66. Nicely done as B.J. Armstrong. Pippen and Jordan sitting out here at the start of the fourth. Pretty hook by good defense by Armstrong. Blackman still able to get it. Starks on the recovery. Blackman for 3. Yes. Rolando Blackman has hit 3 out of 3. He has 7. The Knicks lead 74-71.
And Rolando Blackman has been a very good three-point shooter this season. He's only taken 72 of them going into this game, but has hit 42% of them.
Rolando Blackman could be a very important player for the Knicks come playoff time. Oakley. Shot clock at 6. Tucker for 3.
What Chicago doesn't like right now is that New York is getting away with a lot of holding and grabbing, knocking them out of their patterns.
Which has been the Knicks' style, and in the past, Phil Jackson has complained about it. Timeout is called. Knicks lead by 3. Starks with a hard driving move is fouled. And John Starks hurt his hand.
Starks turned to the Chicago bench like he was going to get some help from them in pulling that finger back in place again. Nobody wanted any part of it over there.
Has also been hit by a number of injuries this season, has played right through it, including a broken nose. And John will hang in. No question about it.
Safe, very secure when he puts Scott Williams in the game. He does the things that are necessary to win. Rebounds, set screens, and understands his role very well.
Shot clock at 5. Ewing. Patrick Ewing extending to a 5-point Knick lead. 15 points for Ewing.
Not many times you get 7-footers that can step out 20 feet away, face up, and then just consistently hit jump shots.
Here's Jordan. Try to hang. Could not hit. Back comes Starks. Ball knocked away by Grant. Blackman with the recovery and with the bucket. Rolando Blackman has been a major factor. Phil Jackson calls for time. Mason. Armstrong is back. Shot clock at 3. Armstrong battling for the shot. B.J. Armstrong able to connect despite the tight defense of Rolando Blackman. And the Knicks lead by 5. with the fadeaway. Patrick Ewing will take it.
So when you're on a roll, you get every bounce. That time to hit the rim, hit right up on the top of the backboard, still went in.
Scottie Pippen is, and on Friday night, for both these clubs, Pippen is turned back. And last touched by Pippen. That's the kind of day that it's been for Scottie. Beautifully done. Horace Grant from B.J. Armstrong, and the Bulls are within 5. A minute 40 remaining fourth quarter. Look out, Ewing did not see that pass and took it at the side of the head. Anthony Mason flipped it to him. Careless play by the Knicks, and Pippen is able to make the Knicks pay. That is only his second field goal. Timeout called by Pat Riley, and the Bulls have moved within 3 to 3 points. 1:25 remaining fourth quarter. Here's Starks, got the step. Put a beautiful spin on Armstrong. Knicks 86, the Bulls 81 with a minute 15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Pippen to a driving hook. Here's pressure. Scott Williams got picked off, though, by Patrick Ewing, and Rolando Blackman got it across. A lead for Charles Smith. Rejected by Pippen, and it will be Chicago ball. Michael Jordan forcing the issue. Well, this is most unusual. Michael Jordan is an 84% free throw shooter out there in this second half.
The reason, because you feel safe with Doc Rivers and the basketball in his hand. He doesn't commit too many turnovers or mental mistakes with the basketball.
Pressure by Chicago. Knicks able to get it down. 35 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks with the ball and a 4-point lead. Shot clock at 10. Here's Patrick Ewing, and a foul is called. Knicks receiving a standing ovation here as Patrick Ewing makes it 8 of 9 from the line, and 20 points. Timeout taken by Chicago. The Knicks gunning for win number 60 remaining in the fourth quarter. Knicks lead 87. 82 again, the chant of MVP for Patrick Ewing. Knicks 88. The Bulls 82. Blackman pressing in the backcourt along with Starks. Now Pippen handling.
Just trying to use up more time off the clock before Chicago can get the ball up the court.
Knicks are over the limit. They do not want to foul. Scott Williams, yes! Scott. The playoffs get underway Thursday and Friday nights, and our coverage Saturday and Sunday. 10 seconds to go. Knicks do not have any timeouts remaining. The inbounds handled by Ewing, and the Bulls give a foul, and Scott Williams hobbling. The Knicks very fortunate to avoid that 5-second violation.
They were very close. What they did is they started out Grant on the basketball as if he was going to jam the passer from the side out. He took the 1 count, 1,001, and then Malone. He's their most dangerous guy after the pass.
It's Stacey King going to the drive. Michael Jordan. Rivers tried to draw the foul. Jordan with the 3 off the mark, and the Knicks have won number 60. They defeat the Bulls 89-84. They take the season series 3 games to 1. They make it 20 straight wins at home. Let's go to Hannah, who is alongside Patrick Ewing.
Patrick, they were chanting your name, MVP, MVP, as you took the season series 3 games to 1 from the Bulls. What kind of statement did you guys make today?
I don't think it was, we just wanted to come out and play our game. Even though we had the home court wrapped up, we still wanted to go down in history. Be one of the very few teams to win 60 games, and we've achieved that today.
Thanks, Patrick, and good luck in the first round against Indiana.
Thank you very much.